Let's move along to giveaways. Do giveaways work? Yes, they do. If you use it correctly. You don't want to just give these giveaways away, these tchotchkes as they may call them. Make sure you attach a feeling to it, okay? So, for example, the first set is what type of giveaways are you using right now? If you're already a home health agency, are you giving away things as gifts? Or if you're just starting off and you're planning off, what should you be giving away? So typically what we see a lot there are the typical pens. We give away the pens, we make sure we put our information in there, or we give away these, these water bottles, or coffee mugs are also another popular thing that's given away. When you give them away, don't just give them away and say, hey, here's 20 pens, use them. I would rather you return there 3 times within the next 10 days to give them 2 pens at a time, because it brings up the relationship, okay? Now, when you buy these pens, don't buy the cheapest pens. Get a decent average pen. Like these particular pens you see on this photo are typically around 35 cents per pen. So if you literally give 10 to a company at one sitting, you're giving away what? $3.50 already. Now, if you get the more expensive pens, you're going to be giving away more money. So you want to limit that. Your marketing team should also be told how much they're worth so they don't just give it away thinking that they only got it for 10 cents. All right, these water bottles. When you give away water bottles, make sure your logo is printed on them nicely and don't just hand them out. Say something about it. When I say attach your feelings, I said, whenever you're feeling thirsty, I want you to be able to take advantage of this water bottle. And remember that, when we provide care to patients, it's like this water bottle. We start off by giving you an empty item, but we fill up and we give so much information to be able to take care of the patients. Attach a story to these water bottles. Attach some stories with the pens. Don't just give it away. Tell a story. Come up with one. Sit down and create a great story that you can actually use. So pens are great. Water bottles are always great as well. I've even done it where we have water bottles and we actually print out a good label for it ourselves, and that's branded. So I say, whenever you're thirsty, think about so-and-so home health agency. So you want to be able to attach something. There's so much stuff that you can do in order. You can even go to Office Max and Office Depot nowadays and have them help you with this. You're in luck because we give great care. So I want you to take a look at these things. You have your bamboo, lucky bamboo plants and a, lucky money tree, for example. The lucky money tree, you can get these for like $3, $4, sometimes $10, depending where you get them. If you have a local Chinatown area, in wherever you live, great place to be able to find these things. IKEA, you can actually buy these in IKEA times, okay? Same thing with the lucky bamboo. With these particular items, it's great because it stays and it lives a little bit longer and doesn't just get thrown away. So what I would do is for these type of things, when I give it away to people, I'll have my name branded on the pot, or I'll have a little, this is how you care for this tree, informational card, but in there on the other side is my business card as well, my information. And then you can say stuff like, for example, you're in luck because we give great care, or if you want to grow, give us a call and we can help your patients. You can create like all these really fun, play with words type of situations. Another thing is you can tell them, look, I'm giving you this plan because I trust you and I know you trust me as well and that you want me to help you out with your services. But just like I want to help you out, I'm going to come back every week to water this plant for you, until you can do it yourself, and until you start calling me to go ahead and give me referrals. You can add that quick joke to that, or that quick wordings, and prove it to them. Come in every week with a little watering bottle and say, I'm here to water your plants, and by the way, is there anything I can help you with? It gives you an excuse to keep on coming back. Okay, you can create jokes like, what, these plants takes and uses minimum care and minimum assist. So every time I come back, it better be alive, okay? And I'm going to check up on you. So you can kind of use that joke a little bit and say it jokingly. Don't say it in a mean way. Say it in a joking way. But what happens is they'll keep these things in their desks. in their area. And people are going to look, oh, who gave that to you? Oh, that looks cute. That looks amazing. And then they can talk about your company. And so there's your branding, there's your advertising, there's your marketing things going into play, even though you're not in there. Very great choice to actually have, and very cost effective. There's other little giveaways, like for example, if you haven't seen one of these are, everybody has smartphones nowadays and everybody always runs out of batteries. So these are self-charging batteries that they can keep in their purses and their bags. So if they run out of energy, they can do a one-time charge of their phone to be able to last through the day. So you can say stuff like, we make sure that our care is everlasting, okay? And I put the extra ing in there, just the extra to it, but just put, look, we make sure our care is everlasting for your patients, or we keep your patients charged and taken care of, or we keep the energy going for the patients. So you can attach that, a card that says that, with something like this that you can have your logo printed on it. And once again, these things will remain in their bags to be used and to be able to market for your company. So these are very good informations that you can use, and very good marketing materials that I enjoy using myself. Now, there are thousands of different other marketing materials when you go to these print places, and you can definitely take advantage of that. And understand this, it's not the size of your gift or giveaway, it's the frequency that matters. So what is your frequency? Some home health agencies will just walk into a particular referral source and never come back. I teach you guys that you need to literally come back more than 7 times within a matter of 2 months. You need to come back face to face more than 7 times. And between those times, you're sending emails, you're sending mails, you're sending faxes, you're making phone calls to really follow up with these people to be able to get them. There is a study that's been said that it takes about 7 to 12 no's before a person finally says yes to you and start using your services. Okay, so here's a few more ideas. This is my foot in the door routine that we do. So if you look on the left, for example, those are foot-shaped candies. And they're foot-shaped candies, and you can attach your business card to it. And in that business card, what you can actually do is put a note in it that says, just trying to get our foot in the door. Give us an opportunity to be able to speak to you. Or you can have these, stress relievers that's shaped like feet. Normally, I've seen this with podiatrists before, but the way I kind of did it is I used it now to talk about getting the foot in the door. So you can use either or you can use both. You can send them the candy first, just kind of wanted to get my foot in the door and take care of your sweet tooth. And then you can send the stress reliever. Look, I'm sure that you're having some stress at times, so I just wanted to get my foot in the door to be able to help you out. If you received my sweets in the past, now I'm giving you something to relieve your stress as well. So you want to be able to use things in the correct way and to be able to help you guys get the words out. The next one that I want to share with you guys is one of my favorites, which is our candy. You can actually have candy printed out that are edible, that are your marketing materials. So in this particular company that I used, I spent, let's say, $1.50, $1.75 per candy. But guess what? It has my face on it. It's my card. It's my information. And typically when you give something like this to someone, they don't eat it. They think it's really cool and they keep it along and they leave it in their desk, in their drawer, and it's always going to be something that they're going to remember of. So when they finally need the services that you have, when they finally need your products, they know where to find you because they've seen your card constantly. And I've had people call me months later and say, "Oh, Michael, I remember. I just wanted to call you and I saw you. I remembered I had your candy, so I had your information." So you want to be able to use certain ideas and certain techniques, and it's very, very good information. Now, since we have the photo up already as it is, I want you to take a look at my business card. Okay, so when you look at my business card that I have here, I have my logo, but I have that little square, crazy looking thing. It's what we call a QR code Now, if you use your phone, your typical smartphone nowadays that has a QR scanner, when somebody scans that thing, they can automatically have all my information in their phone right away. So I usually use this when I tell people you should call me sometime or you should write down my information. By the way, do you have one of those scanners in your phone? Yes. Great. Why don't you pull up your phone? Here, scan this. They click that. Okay, go ahead and save that. By the way, since you already have your information, why don't you give a call to my phone really quick so that I have your information as well. It's a very good technique to be able to get them to call you and you getting their cell phone. So make sure, and also look at the business card. It's not your typical size business card. The reason why I do that is it makes me stand out. Where the typical person has the average size business cards, when they grab my business card, it looks completely different and it makes it stand out. And that's the whole purpose of the marketing part of it. Next one is this. When you see a box like this, most of the time if I ask a woman, when you see a box like this, what does it make you think of? Typically, if you are a woman, you're going to look at this and say, Tiffany's. So it brings up that feeling of Tiffany's, of importance. So when I walk into meetings, when I walk into a potential physician's office, and most of the time, 9 out of 10, it's a woman working there, I'll have this Tiffany box out in my hand. And it'll be funny because they'll be looking at the box more than they're looking at me. So I'm giving them the information. They think that they're going to get the box. They're trying to figure out who's the box going to go to. And ultimately, that's where it is. You want to attach that feelings, right? And then you give it to them. And when they open it up, it's chocolates, Hershey Kisses, or whatever you want to be able to put in there. But it's always going to attach there. And you can create a quick joke, oh, you thought it was a Tiffany ring, didn't you? And some of them will laugh about that. And what you can do is every time you visit them, this is my go-to giveaway. I'll put chocolates in here and I'll give it to them that way. And what that does is it increases the feelings, makes people feel good, right? They're gonna have people see the boxes also. But look, in the box, it has the sticker in the top. So I put that option to make sure to put the information there about my company. And then to seal it off, I'll put a ribbon, just like the one on the left side of things. So these are very good things that you guys should be using with your marketing techniques as giveaways. Next one is my famous jar cakes. If you guys see this, this is literally a cupcake in a jar. And I create these things from scratch. That's right, from scratch. I make it myself. And I tell people the story on how I make these jar cakes. And it's gotten to the point where people will call me monthly knowing that the first week of the month I always make my fresh jar cakes. Now, this attaches one of those DIY feelings, so do it yourself feelings, right? And this is amazing stuff. All this you can make for under $2.25, but it creates a lasting feeling. Now, what I tell people is I make it. Yes, I do. But that doesn't mean that I bake it, okay? So I'll go to Costco. They have these really big muffins that are delicious, and 2 muffins can be used to make 2 of these. Just buy icing, put some icing in there. So if you're creating a chocolate one, buy a fudge icing, and I'll top it off with a Hershey Kisses, then seal it. If you get the banana muffin, go get some cream cheese icing to attach with that, and add some coconut shavings to it. Whatever you need to do to dress it up, okay? But use it as a great marketing tool, and people love it. And take pictures of yourself making it. Don't show them the part that you have fake cake or you bought cake, but show them you putting it together. And it's very, very amazing how people can see that you spent some time for them, that you created this from scratch. Now, if you don't want to make this yourself, if you don't have time, there's a lot of companies that can actually make it for you. But of course, it's going to cost you more money. If you're spending some 20 minutes of your time, you can make approximately about 30 of these really fast. So I would always prep this ahead of time. You can put it in the freezer in it. And you can even tell them that you can put this in the freezer and be able to eat it whenever you're ready and just thaw it out later. So, very good, thing to do and use. And literally, it will make you stand out from just the people giving away pens and mugs and water bottles. You should do that too, but on your other visits, you should be giving these away. Next one are cookies. Cookies are always a must in marketing. So in these particular cookies, same thing. I'll go to Costco or Sam's Club and buy like a whole box full of freshly baked cookies, and I'll put 2 or 3 of them in a plastic container that I can typically buy on Walmart or Michaels, and put my advertising in there, and I can say, look, baked cookies from the certain company. You can say fresh baked cookies. Okay, now did you bake them? No. Is it freshly baked? Yes. So by you being able to use this, it's a very good way to increase people's, liking of you. You're giving them treats. I've also done it where we've done mailing, and you can actually put these cookies in real, padded envelopes and send that to people as well. So if just because you can't show up, that doesn't mean you can't send them a cookie. Just was thinking about you, kind of figured you wanted a snack, so I sent you a cookie. Give me a call when you have some time. Then you can follow up with a call after that and say, hey, just want to make sure you received our cookies. Very good advice to be able to be giving. Next thing, anything wedding is always great. So if you see these things, I got these little bottles where? I got these bottles in the wedding sections in Michael's. And you fill it up with jelly beans. Go ahead and put an attachment of your card in it. And you can also use this as giveaways. Okay, you can put also a sticker there with your company, and you can pre-print it if you want to. Another thing also is the how many jelly bean challenge. I can also buy a bottle, a medium-sized bottle at IKEA or even Walgreens or even in Michael's, and fill it up with a bag of jelly beans. What you ask them next is that you put a little note and say how many jelly beans are in this, and you make them guess. Okay, you say, okay, I want you to guess how many jelly beans, and if you got it correct or not, you're gonna get the next prize. Most of the time they won't really know, and you're not gonna count it yourself because that's a waste of your time, but you're gonna kind of have a ballpark. And if say they guess it right, you show them, oh, you got it right, you get a prize. And then you make sure you come back next week with the prize, which gives you another reason why to come back. So the prize will be, I don't know, a box cake or a box of Krispy Kreme donuts or whatever. But it just gives you a reason to come back again the following week. You're giving them the permission for you to come back and talk to them more. But pretty much anything of weddings are nice to use as giveaways in marketing. And when we're talking about the jelly beans, I'm talking about a larger bottle, by the way. And what you're going to do is you're going to leave that bottle of jelly beans there. And there's going to be a note also in there that's going to say, from ABC Home Health, when you run out, give us a call and we will refill it for you. Other than the jelly bean, we've also done the granola bar campaign where we also get a larger box or whatever container, fill it up with granola bars. Only costs around $6 in Sam's Club, and we'll put a variety of different, granola bars, and it says the same exact thing. When you run out, give us a call and we will refill it. What you're doing is you're allowing them to see that and make them want to call you to come back and keep on talking to them. And remember, relationships are built from continuous seeing each other and continuous relationships. So by you being able to keep on coming back, you're the person that is going to create a relationship with them. So anything wedding is always great again. So here's another example. I got this, for example, so I got this particular one in, let me see here, in Amazon actually. And so we ordered this in Amazon, and we were actually able to put a variety of different candies in here, which is really great. And then we sealed it up, put a hole in a business card, and put the business card attached to it. And it works well again, and we get to keep this in our car to just be able to make sure that we can hand things out. It makes us stand out differently. And if you look at, for example, just look at the business card, you see there's a house there. So the house relates to the house that we have. And what was really nice is we actually were able to buy a butterfly attachment from Amazon as well, and we would put the butterfly on top of the house that would literally present like its own logo. So you have to be able to come up with some unique ideas on how to be able to make yourself stand out as a company. Okay, so in this photo, you see my nephew kneeling down. And so, what I would do is if I've done everything from the giveaways to the calls to the handouts, and maybe around 12 visits already, and they still haven't referred to us, what I would do is I would send this photo either in a fax or by mail, and it will say, please call my Uncle Michael. He's working hard to be able to work with you to help your patients. Plus, he promised me if you refer him some patients, he's going to take me to Disneyland. So, if you do something like that, now, if you guys want, go find your nephews or your kids and use that. It's just a little quick idea I put together, and it has helped. It's gotten me a couple of referrals. But most of the time, if you follow up really well, if you follow up really good, then you don't have to get to this part. Now, is begging okay? Sure, why not? Right? If you've done everything, you can use the begging clause. Sir, can I ask you a question? Have I done a great job? Have I worked hard for you? Have I not explained to you why it is amazing to use our services? Can you tell me, where did I go wrong? What can I do to be able to show you that we are a great company, that we can start servicing your patients? So you're going to use that closing technique towards the end. If you've visited 12, 20 times and they haven't referred patients to you, you want to find out why they haven't chosen you, because you've kept on coming back for the past 2 months. You kept on sending them stuff. You kept on emailing them. You kept on calling them. You kept on creating presentations with them, and yet they haven't referred to you. There must be something underlying about things. And it's okay to beg, because you're putting time in and you want to be able to get something out of it. This is what we call the ducks in a row campaign. So if you guys know the terms, we just want to get your ducks in a row. So what we did here is that we went to orientaltrading.com, and they also have a magazine where you can buy all these little party favors. So it's a great place to find out little giveaways. And they had a rubber duck series where they had different types of rubber ducks. And so we purchased the chef duck, we purchased the rockstar duck, the senior citizen duck, the ninja duck, the chef duck. There are several other ducks that we've used, and we created little campaigns with it. And what we did was that every 3 days we sent out a new duck to a potential client. So like the senior duck, we put on the little handout with it was, do you have senior patients being discharged that would benefit from our telehealth program? We are one of the few agencies providing telehealth. Call us now to reduce your readmission rates. Michael, of course. I took out the logo that I normally put there for my companies, but this is a good way to be able to do that. Or the Ninja Duck, just like a Ninja Duck, we would like to sneak an opportunity to meet you and make you aware of our amazing services. For the Rockstar Duck, you look like one of those, guitar playing rock stars. Be a rock star and work with a rock star company that wants to provide great care for your patient. Call us now and you will rock. Come up with little ideas like that. And so the duck campaign has generated and allowed us to be able to get a lot of referrals, and a lot of people know about us. So orientaltrading.com is a great website. Go into it. We've used that website to buy some luau stuff when we've had our own networking events. So there's so much stuff that you can use in there to be able to generate the buzz about your company. These are postcards that we've actually made, and this is really cool because I was able to get these photos online, and what we did was that we used it to create postcards to send to people, and it's eye-catching. I need your undivided attention, please, right there in the middle, or the old kid in the chair. I look good for my age. Can I get a minute of your time? And then the woman, guess what I have in my purse? I can't wait to share it. So you want to come up with different ideas to be able to get people abuzz about your company and realize that they should actually maybe start using your services. And imagine if each one of these you actually send out to someone. It'll increase the chance of them hearing from you. And just like advertising anywhere, like in TV, it takes several watching of a commercial for you to realize that you probably want that product. There are going to be times where that one commercial just hits you and you need it right there and then, or sometimes it takes years of continual watching this to realize I need that services or I should use that service. So if you're able to generate all these different marketing materials to be put out there in the field to be able to get those referrals, then you're going to be able to succeed as a company. So if you want more ideas on what other items for handouts and giveaways, we're here to be able to talk to you and figure out what would possibly be a good fit for you to start using. And we also have advanced giveaways as well, and we're going to be having that later on in these presentations on what else is important to be able to have to hand out and giveaways to people to be able to get them to start referring to you. And we're going to talk about our advanced services to let people know, and that's very important. So keep on watching our videos. I know that we have a lot of information that we're sharing with you. The mindset is very important. So keep on watching. Our goal is to be able to keep on working with you and to be able to help you and create a successful company for you. So keep on watching, and we look forward to keep on sharing with you guys. These are great information for you to be able to succeed.